Staying consistent, consistency is the key. You're going to start hearing from potential clients after just a few months. You're going to be able to get those one-to-one conversations. You're going to be able to hear from people that may have had their home listed in your golden neighborhood for too long, might start to doubt their real estate agent. Please, by the way, little side note, you are a real estate agent too. Nothing would upset you more than feeling like somebody stole your customer. Clients naturally get frustrated. We live in a society of immediate satisfaction is the need of the day. So please understand that if someone calls you, hey, my house has been on the market for a long time, would you mind talking to me about it? Your first question out of your mouth is, I want to ensure that you have a good relationship with your real estate agent. If you do not currently, and if you're having problems beyond your house selling, let's talk through that, see if we can salvage the relationship you already have. Believe me, you're putting it out to the universe. It'll go a long way to making sure these same things aren't done to you. So be kind to others. Do not scout. It's absolutely not a requirement. There is plenty of business out there for everybody. Now that you have set up your strategy, it's time to go outside of the box a bit. I need you to think about neighborhood events, door knocking. In a small community, walking door to door and just making sure that the neighborhood knows who you are is nice. Circle prospecting in your farm is critical. And I don't mean just sending out postcards either. I mean, in your social media platforms, your Google searches, or your Facebook advertisements, you need to be very specific in the area that you're trying to target and that neighborhood messaging that we're talking about. We're going to dive into that a little bit more, but that's all to say, if you are active in the communities you're serving, your clients and your wallet will thank you later. If you're looking for a lot of clever real estate marketing ideas, by the way, we have plenty of information here inside of our channel. Feel free to utilize everything that we've got. It's at your disposal. We do this for you. So please let us know if we can help you with an idea that might have popped up. Give us a call directly. We're happy to vet through some of these with us. Maybe we can both make some money together. That would be great. Market Leader, by the way, is a great tool that you can use to help automate some of your real estate processes. From the very beginning stages of lead generation all the way to closing the deal. Its lead intel and functionality can help you track, analyze behavior a little bit of your contacts, alert you to potential hot leads based on activity. You can also get a committed member of executive lead from those areas. So anything that's going to help you with automation or marketing campaigns, seamless integration into your social media, anything that's going to save you time to help you manage your own branding and your MLS listings and more. Believe me, you want to take advantage of it. So how much is all this supposed to cost, Alex? This is great. You've got your own channel. You've got a good audience. You got money to throw around. No, real estate pays for real estate. So when I sell properties, I like to invest a certain percentage of my budget back into my marketing strategy for the year. If I see that my marketing dollars aren't going in the right direction, I need to be prepared to move those monies. If I don't track it, where did the lead come from? Conversation to contract to close. How are those gaps? How long is the timeline? What's my runway from the time I first get that hot lead? How did I generate it? How long does it take me to get them into a sale is critical information. So unfortunately, there is, yes, cost to get started, but if you do it right, your efforts are going to pay off tenfold, no question. I promise you, if you keep the consistency rule in play and you keep doing this for a solid year in a neighborhood, you are absolutely guaranteed to at least get one lead out of all of that strategy. Try to keep that in mind as you're not going to get that immediate return of satisfaction. Just making sure that if you're spending money on what you think are less expensive offerings, you're going to get less expensive results. Startup costs that we're talking about here for developing a farming area is going to be a little bit different for everyone, and especially where you are farming at. However, I've run the numbers several times over several years for what I consider fair and typical real estate farming for an operation of about 250 homes. Bottom line estimate comes out to around, for a full year's worth of effort, about $10,000. I can break it down into the following things and tell you what the big ticket items are. The Regularly scheduling postcards. So 250 postcards. If you blanket the whole area, and there are strategies behind how you utilize online formulas to figure out which of the highest potential is out there too. But if you're going to blanket the whole 250 houses, you're looking at about 250 postcards times 8 mail outs a year. You're looking at about $2,000. So your estimated postcard is about $1 a card. And yes, that includes the stamp and the postage. On-demand property status postcards, so that we've got a property listed in your area, we've got a property under contract, we've got a property that have sold in your area. Also, about 250 cards out of 12 months. Is anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 there. Estimated cost at that same $1 a postcard. If you're going to do quarterly letters, it's 250 houses times 4. That's going to be $1,000. And yes, you can save all of this if you have a fully digital platform that is making sure to hit that area and blanket that area from a social media perspective. You can do all of this from a social media line, almost free, damn near free. But this is a physical farming technique. Door hangers for the annual knocking, and I said it right there. Annual knocking session. I'm not talking about going out every week. I'm talking about once a year. You need to make sure that you're a physical presence in the neighborhood that you've been blanketing with postcards, etc. So you're looking at, again, 250 houses, $2 a piece for a nice door knocker. $500. Neighborhood websites. This is probably the biggest expense out of all of it. If you are investing in spinning up a neighborhood website so that when people are looking for properties in Tampa, or buying houses in Tampa, or Tampa real estate, or luxury Tampa, or whatever your website's going to be, it is expensive. It's going to help draw, but ultimately all of your marketing had better push things to that strategy so that people can actually find it and you generate leads from it. That's probably the highest expense. If you are not a web person or cannot develop a good, strong web presence, and you don't know how to manage through a website, save that expense, because there's other things that you probably need to be doing with that money. Farm-specific content on your website is free, so the more special activities and things you put up there, do not just throw a website up for a year and don't change the content. You either need to have houses that you are promoting, or things you are promoting, or social things that you are promoting inside of that. One sponsored event a year. I don't care if it's an ice cream social. I don't care if it's an ice cream truck. All right. Bank $1,000 towards that type of event. A coffee and croissants at the neighborhood clubhouse, donut day, whatever you got to do. Please give yourself plenty of time to market an event. Way too often do I see real estate agents that just go off on a wild hair and think that within a week they can go ahead and plan it. And yes, I'm talking to my open house folks. You cannot plan a successful open house in a week and generate anything more than foot traffic. Thank goodness for yard signs, because that's the only way you're going to get people in there that way. You need to learn how to promote and market an event before you spend the time and the energy doing it. I realize sometimes you're under the gun from your customer, but if you would have had the right communication strategy and you're consistently talking to them, these kind of things don't come up. Next, and again, understandably, $10,000 for a starting up of a farming area is going to seem like an alarmingly high figure. It's not like you're doing that immediately. January 1, here's 10 grand. I'm talking about a budget that's going to be spread throughout the year as you sell properties outside your area that's going to help promote inside the area. That may be your entire marketing budget. Understood. But when you consider that a typical home sale is about $400,000 with your typical 3% commission, that's $12,000 from one closing, for example. That should pay to supplement your farming efforts for the entire year plus. Next, essential real estate farming tools, right? Nobody's going to harvest crops without having the right tools and the right understanding of the land that they are tilling to get things done. So you need to understand, go out, do the research, real estate postcards, on-demand postcards, blog content, market update letters, market update videos, door hangers, Home value updates via email. Yes, the CMA is still incredibly popular, and real estate agents can do it faster and cheaper than an appraiser. May not be as accurate, and certainly it cannot be presented as an official appraisal, but as far as market analysis is concerned, far and above exceeds what a direct appraisal can do for a consumer. And then, of course, your sponsoring event. Don't forget all of those things. You need to be able to make sure that all of these marketings are calendared. You're not going to miss any of these steps. You have to consistently churn the dirt, plant the new seeds, consistently till and weed and take care of the crops. Otherwise, they do not come to fruition with fruit. Period. It doesn't happen. So get yourself a good calendar. At minimum, use a good Outlook or a Google Calendar so that you can put things in the calendar of when you're supposed to do it for the entire year. There's lots of circle prospecting lead strategies that are out there. Copy one. There's a ton of them. It should be easy for you to replicate. Farm specific content. This should be done at least monthly. There should be changes to what they're seeing online. The farm should have a dedicated section on your website and its own website, if at all possible. Do weekly updates, micro neighborhood market updates, neighborhood going on, the events around town. Your content can be short and sweet, and yes, they will see sponsored by your local real estate agent. If you're in need of a website, by the way, and you want to revamp an existing one, there are tons of sites out there that will do this for you easily. They do the IDX integrations, they do the SEO tools. If you're going to be promoting what types of commissions you're going to be doing, stay away from the IDX connectors, because then you're going to be in violation of all of your MLS laws or MLS rules and regulations. So be careful about what you're posting. Make sure it's not a commission-based post. And then, of course, your market update letters, those are going to be direct to customer. So real estate letters can share in-depth, very thoughtful market insights and analysis. What's going on in the community? Drive around, see what's being built, see what people might be talking about. If they have a Facebook group and a lot of things are going on in that Facebook group, mention a few of them. Mention some of the hot topics and direct people to the Facebook group if they want more information. Remember, the residents are your local media source, so be careful. Of course, they're upset about certain things. I wish more of the neighborhood Facebook groups were wrapped around doing great things together or neighborhood camaraderie or those types of things, but they typically end up being a venting and trolling session. So be careful not to draw too much negative attention to yourself by pointing at the negative problems. Which brings you to that neighborhood website, which is why that's more beneficial to you than, say, a Facebook site, because you can create unlimited number of neighborhood sites doing it that way. You can establish your credibility, improve website ranking through SEO. You can make sure that the messaging is strong and the way that the pictures are displayed and all of that are attractive, the things that people want to look at, right? Make